Imagine they take everything from you. Your home, your money, your freedom, your name. They put chains on your wrists. They sell you like property. They decide when you sleep, when you eat, when you work, and when you stop. They own you. Now here is the question that changes everything. Can they take your mind? One man answered this question, not with words, but with his entire life. He was born into slavery in ancient Rome. He had no rights, no freedom, no future that belonged to him. And yet, by the time he died, emperors sent their sons to learn from him. Kings crossed oceans to hear him speak. His words outlived every empire that ever tried to own him. His name was Epictetus. And what he discovered inside a slave's chains might be the most important thing you will ever hear about what it means to be truly free. Epictetus was born around 50 AD in Hierapolis, a city in what is now Turkey. His mother was a slave, which meant he was born a slave, not by choice, not by crime, by accident of birth. He was brought to Rome and sold to a man named Epictetus, a powerful secretary in the court of Emperor Nero, the same Nero who had ordered Seneca to die. Epictetus was known for his cruelty. There is a story, told by multiple ancient historians, that one day Epictetus decided to test Epictetus. He grabbed his leg and began to twist it, slowly, deliberately. Epictetus looked at him calmly and said, "You are going to break it." Epictetus twisted harder. The bone snapped. Epictetus looked down at his broken leg and then looked back at his master and said, "Did I not tell you that you would break it?" No screaming, no begging, no anger, no fear, complete calm, in the middle of physical agony. Because Epictetus had already decided something that his master could never understand. The leg belongs to you. The pain belongs to you. My response, my mind, that belongs only to me. After Epictetus was eventually freed from slavery, because even Epictetus could see that this man's mind was extraordinary, he began to teach philosophy in Rome, and everything he taught came back to one single idea. An idea so simple, it sounds almost too obvious, and yet almost nobody truly lives by it. He called it the dichotomy of control. Some things are in our power, some things are not. That is it. The entire philosophy in 2 sentences. In our power, our opinions, our desires, our judgments, our responses. These are ours completely. Nobody can touch them without our permission. Not in our power, our body, our reputation, our property, other people's actions, what happens to us. These were never truly ours, we only borrowed them. Epictetus said, and this is the line that changed everything for me. Men are disturbed, not by the things that happen to them, but by their opinions about those things. Read that again. It is not the event that breaks you. It is what you tell yourself about the event. It is the story you build around it inside your mind. Epictetus knew this not from reading books. He knew it because he had lived inside the worst possible story a human being can live, and he had refused to let that story define him. Lesson 1. You own nothing except your mind. Epictetus lost everything before he was old enough to choose anything. His name, his body, his freedom, his future, all of it, gone before he ever had it. And what he discovered in that emptiness was something that rich men, powerful men, and free men never find, because they are too busy protecting what they think they own. When you have nothing left to lose, you discover what cannot be taken. And what cannot be taken is always only your mind. Most people today are suffering because they believe they own things they do not own. Their reputation, other people's opinions of them, their career, their relationships. These things can be removed in a single afternoon, and when they are, people collapse. Because they built their identity on sand. Epictetus built his on stone, the only stone that never moves, his own thinking. Lesson 2. Stop asking for fewer problems. Ask for more strength. This is the lesson that separates people who grow from people who stay stuck forever. Most of us pray for easier lives. We want the difficult conversation to go away. We want the financial problem to disappear. We want the relationship to fix itself. We want the obstacle removed. Epictetus taught the exact opposite. He said, "Do not seek for things to happen as you wish, but wish for things to happen as they are, and you will have a tranquil life." Stop fighting reality. Stop wishing the world was different. The world is what it is. The only variable is you, your response, your preparation, your strength. A man who prays for calm seas will be destroyed by the first storm. A man who learns to sail in any weather cannot be stopped by any sea. Lesson 3. Your opinion is either your prison or your freedom. You choose which. Epictetus watched men in chains who were freer than their masters, and he watched free men who were slaves to their own fear, their own anger, their own need for approval. He said something that sounds almost impossible until you truly understand it. No man is free who is not master of himself. Physical chains are real, but they are not the most dangerous kind. The most dangerous chains are the ones inside your own mind. The belief that you cannot change. The belief that what people think of you defines you. The belief that your past determines your future. Epictetus broke real chains. The question is whether you are willing to break the invisible ones. Lesson 4. Bear and forbear. This was Epictetus's most practical teaching. 2 words that contain an entire way of living. Bear. Endure what must be endured without complaint, without drama, without making it bigger than it is. Forbear will hold back. Do not react immediately. Do not say everything you feel. Do not do everything your emotions tell you to do in the heat of the moment. Bear and forbear, endure and restrain. These 2 actions, practiced every single day, are what separate a person who is controlled by life from a person who controls themselves within life. Epictetus practiced this with a broken leg, in chains, with no rights, no name, and no future. If he could do it then, you can do it now. You are not a slave. Nobody owns you. Nobody decides when you sleep or when you eat or what your future looks like. And yet, how many of your thoughts are actually yours? How many of your fears were chosen by you, and how many were handed to you by other people, by social media, by comparison, by the story you have been repeating inside your head for years? Epictetus was physically owned by another man, and he was still freer than most people alive today because he understood that freedom is not a circumstance. It is a decision. You can be free right now, not from your problems. Those are real. Not from your responsibilities. Those are yours. But free from the unnecessary suffering you add on top of what is already difficult. Free from the imagined disasters. Free from other people's opinions living rent-free in your mind. Free from the version of yourself that says you cannot change. That freedom costs nothing. It requires no money, no status, no special circumstances. It requires only one thing: the decision to take back what was always yours. Your mind. Epictetus eventually gained his freedom. He moved to a small town called Nicopolis and opened a school. He taught for the rest of his life, not from books, from experience, from the kind of understanding that only comes from having survived the worst. His students included some of the most powerful men in Rome. One of them, a young man named Arrian, wrote down everything Epictetus said. That collection of writings is called the Enchiridion. It is one of the shortest books ever written about how to live, and it may be the most important. Epictetus never wrote a single word himself. His hands were the hands of a former slave. He did not write, he lived. When he died, in his 80s, peaceful, still teaching, he owned almost nothing: a lamp, a straw mat, a door with no lock. He said he did not need a lock because there was nothing inside worth stealing. And yet, the words that came from that small room, from that man with the broken leg and the unbreakable mind, have been read by emperors, generals, presidents, and philosophers for 2,000 years. Because Epictetus understood the only truth that has ever mattered about being human. You cannot control what happens to you. You can only control who you are when it happens. That is the whole philosophy. That is the whole answer. Everything else is just practice.